So one of the other things that I love about Bitcoin and that blew me away when I learned about it is that anyone can use Bitcoin. So everyone talks about, oh, you know, have I missed the boat? Have I done this? Have I done that? Bullshit. Everyone can use Bitcoin. Bitcoin is universally available to everyone. It is the first time in human history that we have an asset that is universally available to everyone at the exact same time. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is very, very simple. Somebody sweeping the streets here in Colombia can buy Bitcoin. Somebody that is worth $50 million can buy the same asset. That's huge. That's never ever happened in human history. And with zero increase in cost of acquisition. Normally what you have is, say if I want to buy a ton of gold versus I want to buy a gram of gold. The gram of gold, the cost of buying that gram of gold is going to be higher as a percentage than buying the ton, because we have economies of scale. The more you buy, the cheaper it is. However, with Bitcoin, it can be split into 100 million parts. So what that means is that somebody who earns $5 a day or $6 a day can buy Bitcoin. They have zero extra cost because it's the same asset being purchased as someone with $50 million in assets. So this is the beautiful thing about Bitcoin. Anyone can use it. Anyone in the world can use it. And it's the first time in human history that we have an asset that does this. If you think about it, if you're buying property, right? And let's say you own a property that is, I don't know, $1 million property, right? Or a whatever it is, $500,000 property. And you want to sell some of that in order to pay for something. Say you want to sell, say you need $50,000. Yeah, you can borrow it, but if you couldn't borrow it, what would you have to do? You'd have to sell the property. So now you got to sell the entire asset in order to benefit from the appreciation in value of that asset, so that you can activate that into currency and then spend it. Whereas with Bitcoin, I can go and sell that $50,000 worth of value because there's 100 million parts to Bitcoin. And I don't need to get rid of all of my assets in order to do that. So that's why Bitcoin is the most flexible, the most usable asset for anyone in the world. And this is the single first and only time in human history that we have an asset like this. This is why Bitcoin is so powerful, why I love Bitcoin, and why I like talking about Bitcoin, because it is applicable to everyone. There are people watching this video that have $50 million in assets, and people watching this video who haven't even started earning money yet, but can get into Bitcoin. So that's what I love about it, and I think it's usable for anyone, and that's the beauty of Bitcoin for me.